Chicago scene. This is ridiculous, bro. Like, how long have you worked here?
This is my second day.
Bro.
The best thing I ever decided to do was just be quiet. I have nothing to say. I'm not convincing anybody that I'm a great person. And I'm not trying to fix anything I didn't break. I'm not fighting for anyone to see my worth. Whatever you do is on you. You better hope you don't regret it. In my silence, I found peace. No longer bound by the need to prove myself or to mend what wasn't mine to fix. I discovered a new kind of strength. It's a quiet strength, born from knowing my value doesn't hinge on anyone else's recognition. The best thing I ever...
Okay, my one piece of advice for entrepreneurs is to...
January, you pretend to see life clearly.
Check it out, guys. All this food for only $5 each. Calling all students, Uber drivers, anyone in Toronto. This is an absolutely crazy deal. If you live in Toronto, come by and get a $5 item. This is part of their regular menu. Get a $5 chicken shawarma, tandoori chicken, chicken on the rocks, or even their freshly made butter chicken. Has no expiry date. Literally come any given time, any day, any...
Why the chosen are born into toxic families. Hear me now. Being born into a toxic family is not a punishment. It's an intentional choice made by your soul. Let that sink in. You didn't end up there by chance. Your soul selected that family with all its dysfunction, pain, and chaos because it saw an opportunity. An opportunity to grow, to awaken, and to become the one who breaks the cycle. Listen to me carefully. Toxic families are not a curse. They are a forge, a fiery crucible where the chosen ones are refined. Those harsh words, those unfair circumstances that neglect or control, they weren't meant to destroy you. They were meant to reveal you, to strip away illusions and push you towards strength, awareness, and transformation. But let's go deeper. Generational cycles don't break themselves. They need someone strong enough to stand in the storm and say, "It ends with me." That's why you were sent there, not to fix anyone, not to save anyone, but to heal yourself so deeply that your transformation creates ripples that shift the entire dynamic. Hear me now. Families are mirrors. They reflect your own fears, wounds, and potential. The pain you feel isn't just theirs, it's yours too. And the moment you choose compassion over anger, forgiveness over resentment, you step into your power. Healing begins with you, and when you heal, you lead by example. Declare in the comments, "I will transform my pain."
Whoa, fight.
Me and your own destiny.
Whoa, fight.
Yes, yes, yes!
You have to control your mind. Have sovereignty over your mind. Like if your mind starts getting anxious, okay, I know we're getting weird, it's time to work out. Okay, I know maybe we should meditate, maybe we should do this, maybe we should do that. Don't just keep scrolling, but most people don't have that kind of self-control and discipline. They don't have to. All most people have to do is when the alarm goes off, get up, wash yourself, brush your teeth, eat something, go to work. Do whatever minimal amount you have to do to keep that job, and then and the bathroom breaks and whenever no one's looking, look through your phone, be distracted. Come home, watch Netflix, go to sleep, repeat. That's most people. They have family problems, job problems, their car's fucked, something's wrong with their house they gotta fix. They have bills, everything's piling up. People are immensely distracted. Most people don't have much discipline, and they don't have to. And they've gotten through life being overweight, and eating processed foods, and drinking too much, and smoking too much, and taking all kinds of pills to mitigate all these problems that they have because they've not taken care of themselves. So they're on anti-anxiety medication, anti-depression medication, and anti-this and that, and they're trying to lose weight, so they're on Ozempic, and that's most people. You have to Has AI already tricked?
Okay, I discovered my new favorite Jamaican spot in Toronto. They serve jerk chicken and ackee waffles, stuffed patties with plantain and jerk chicken, the best oxtail I've ever had. So this restaurant imports all their spices from Jamaica. And
you cannot continue to emasculate a man and then expect princess treatment from him. You cannot talk to him any kind of way, disrespect him, call him out his name, swing on him, tear him down constantly and never build him up, and then expect for that man to treat you like a princess. Baby, you are acting like a spoiled ass brat. You need to sit down and take a moment and realize that this man that you're doing all this to.
I, 26 male, lost the trust of my...
This is why they keep trying to ban this author's books. That is 100%.
Babe, did you only get with me for my looks?
It wasn't for your money.
What the hell, man? Why do you always have to mention stuff like that?
Choose you, babe.
Put your finger up like this. Put your finger up like this. Come together. Stay right here. Good. Put your hands in your lap. Close your eyes, look straight ahead. And I want you to imagine, Kai, you're looking into a mirror. And as you look into the mirror, you don't see yourself, you see Sexy looking back at you. Now, Sexy, you can keep your eyes open and look at me.
Just a reminder that you're dead.
Wise men say, human life is like a book. Most people will only see our cover. Some will stay to hear the introduction. Many will believe our critics. But only a few will ever truly know our content. Wise men say,
I just did my everything shower. Let's go.
who can find a virtuous and capable wife? She is more precious than rubies. Her husband can trust her, and she will greatly enrich his life. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She finds wool and flax and busily spins it. She is like a merchant's ship, bringing her food from afar. She gets up before dawn to prepare breakfast for her household. And plan the day's work for her servant girls. She goes to inspect a field and buys it. With her earnings, she plants a vineyard. Who can find a virtuous and capable wife? She is more precious than rubies. Her husband can trust her, and she will greatly enrich his life. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She finds wool and flax and busily spins it. She is like a merchant's ship, bringing her food from afar. Who can find a virtuous and capable wife? She is more precious than rubies. Her husband can trust her, and she will greatly enrich his life. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She finds wool and flax and busily spins it. She is like a merchant's ship, bringing her food from afar. She gets up before dawn to prepare breakfast for her household and plan the day's work for her servant girls. She goes to inspect a field and buys it. With her earnings, she plants a vineyard. She is energetic and strong, a hard worker. She makes sure her dealings are profitable. Her lamp burns late into the night. Her hands are busy spinning thread, her fingers twisting fiber. She extends a helping hand to the poor and opens her arms to the needy. She has no fear of winter for her household, for everyone has warm clothes. She makes her own bedspreads. She dresses in. Who can find a virtuous and capable wife? She is more precious than rubies. Her husband is profitable. Her lamp burns late into the helping hand to the poor and open her arms to the needy. She has no fear of winter for her household, for everyone has warm clothes. She makes her own bedspreads. She dresses in fine linen and purple gowns. Her husband is well known at the city gates where he sits with other civic leaders. She makes belted linen garments and sashes to sell to merchants. Who can find a virtuous and capable wife? She is more precious than rubies. Her husband can trust her, and she will greatly enrich.
This spot in Scarborough is serving up loaded cheesy burgers for only $6 this weekend. Their cheeseburgers are juicy, well-seasoned.
So if you're a Canadian citizen and your family has a history of cancer, I
asked her to dinner and she said she doesn't like restaurants in that tax bracket. Yeah, man. If you want me, step your money up.
Nobu is entry level.
Entry? Yeah.
I don't like restaurants in that tax bracket.
Yeah. You stay over there with your Wagamama.
Yeah. With that ZZ's. Oh, shit. Wagamama.
No shades! No shades! Because I know these ones are going to come from me.
Nah, bro.
With your wasabi.
Yo, nah, bro. With your horseradish that's got green dye. Who are you kidding?
Oh, my God.
Stay over there with that Wagamama. That would shake me. I've asked you to dine, and you've looked at the restaurant and gazed at the menu and said, this is not my tax bracket. My palate doesn't accept food of that quality. And this is what you're pitching to me.
Nah.
Yeah, it's Novikov at least.
At least, brother.
Come on, bro. A young Carbone.
Son.
Yeah, make an effort.
And this is all he has.
A Wagamama. Damn, bro. Damn, bro. Yeah, if you can order from a QR code, she's not the one.
Bother.
Yeah, don't bother asking her. Look at those cheeks.
Yeah.
Look at those fucking cheeks.
Don't bother. I need a server in front of me.
Yeah, she's not sitting on a stool, big man.
Oh, facts. She needs comfort.
Yeah, she's a booth.
That's all she
just for the
needs.
two of you.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
That's my favorite thing to do.
Isn't it just?
I asked her to dinner and she said she doesn't like restaurants in that tax bracket.
Being humble means recognizing that we are not on earth to see how important we can become, but to see how much difference we can make in the lives of others. Being humble.
Hey, you need some extra cash, right? Okay, we'll get. Guess what?
When someone tries to manipulate a chosen one, they're stepping into dangerous territory without even realizing it. Chosen ones have a remarkable ability to see through schemes and hidden agendas with almost surgical precision. What's worse for the manipulator is that this exposure doesn't come with a loud accusation or a dramatic confrontation. Instead, chosen ones quietly dismantle the tactics piece by piece until the manipulator is left standing in the rubble of their own failed strategy. It's unsettling how calmly and effortlessly this happens. Chosen ones don't need to call out manipulation directly. Their actions alone reveal the cracks. They respond in ways that disarm the manipulator's plan entirely, often by refusing to play along. A manipulator might try guilt-tripping, subtle power plays, or emotional baiting, but the chosen one's reaction is always the same: disinterest. That lack of engagement is a spotlight exposing every flaw in the scheme. What's even more unnerving is how personal this feels to the manipulator. They can't hide behind charm, coercion, or authority because the chosen one's clarity cuts through it all. It's like trying to cast a shadow in broad daylight. It's impossible to hide anything. This leaves the manipulator not only exposed but also embarrassed, often scrambling to backtrack or shift blame. The real twist? Chosen ones don't do this out of malice. They're not interested in humiliating anyone. Their innate truth-seeking nature simply can't coexist with deceit. To them, manipulation is like static noise, disruptive and intolerable, so they filter it out without a second thought. For the manipulator, however, the experience is unforgettable. They're left wondering how their perfectly crafted tactics unraveled so easily, realizing too late that they were never a match for a chosen one's unwavering discernment. When a controller interacts with a chosen one, something deeply unsettling happens. They begin to see themselves in ways they've worked hard to avoid. This isn't because the chosen one calls them out or exposes their flaws directly. Instead, the chosen one's unwavering authenticity acts like a mirror, forcing the controller to confront parts of themselves they'd rather keep hidden. Chosen ones operate with a sense of alignment and clarity that is rare and, frankly, intimidating. Their presence doesn't bend to manipulation or falsehoods. And this uncompromising honesty has an almost gravitational pull. Controllers, who are often used to constructing facades to gain the upper hand, find their masks slipping. It's as though the chosen one's energy creates a space where truth becomes inescapable, not because it's spoken, but because it's felt. This forced self-reflection is profoundly uncomfortable. Controllers might start noticing their own insecurities bubbling to the surface, the fears, the inadequacies, and the doubts they've buried under layers of control and manipulation. And while chosen ones don't intend to trigger this process, their authenticity naturally shines a light on everything that isn't genuine in the other person. For the controller, this experience is both frustrating and confusing. They may leave the interaction feeling uneasy, unsure why their usual tactics didn't work, and why they suddenly feel so exposed. In some cases, they might lash out or double down on their controlling behavior, trying to regain a sense of power. But deep down, they know something has shifted. Engaging with the chosen one often leaves controllers with no choice but to face themselves. It's a rude awakening that stings, but it also plants the seed of transformation, whether they're ready for it or not. When someone tries to manipulate a chosen one, they're stepping into dangerous territory without even realizing it. Chosen ones have a remarkable ability to see through schemes and hidden agendas with almost surgical precision. What's worse for the manipulator is that this exposure doesn't come with a loud accusation or a dramatic confrontation. Instead, chosen ones quietly dismantle the tactics piece by piece until the manipulator is left standing in the rubble of their own failed strategy.